Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night, race all of these broken dreams in flight. And we'll
What is up, guys? This is James with MODestS Racing. A lot of you guys have been asking us about updates on the S15, so here she is. As you can see, the 2J is already inside of her, so we are going to be talking about how she got to this point, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing in the future. As you guys are already aware, this is my 1999 Nissan Silvia S15 Spec S. The reason I went with the Spec S is because the Spec R costs about $10,000 more to import, when I already knew that the SR engine wasn't going to be able to produce the amount of horsepower that I wanted to throw into it. After I rode in that racing channel's 240SX with their single turbo converted 2JZ, I knew that the 2JZ was the engine that I wanted to go with. Once I got down here to Tampa, Florida, I knew instantly that I wanted to get this build underway. So what did? We pushed onto the back patio here at the house and we started getting to work. Day one, we were able to lift it off the ground and pull the SR20DE out of the engine and set it aside. I decided to go with the 2JZ GTE VVTi engine out of a Toyota Aristo from Japan. The reason I went with that instead of a normal super engine here in the States is because the JDM version of the 2JZ have a front sump oil pan, which we're able to clear the sway bar in the S15 without any kind of modifications. We decided to get the engine bay painted quickly so that we could start to work on dropping in the 2JZ. Starting off knowing this wasn't going to be an easy swap, seeing how not many S15s in the world have a 2JZ sitting in them, we decided to start dropping in the engine slowly and start seeing what kind of issues we're going to run into. The first issue that we ran into was with the stock twin turbo setup on the 2J. As soon as we started dropping it in, we started realizing that the back turbo was going to be hitting the clutch master cylinder. Seeing how it's right-hand drive, it just wasn't going to work. With that in mind, we decided to pull the engine back out and go with the single turbo conversion, which I wanted to do in the future anyways, but I guess we just had to speed that process up. Once the engine was out and we decided to go with the single turbo conversion, we went with the BorgWarner S300SX turbo. It's a 62mm turbo that I've been seeing a lot of good reviews on, and I'm going to be able to make my 500 to 600 horsepower on pump gas pretty simply with it. As for the inside right now, I haven't done too much different. We are sitting here. I did do a brake booster elimination kit, so that's going to take the big fat brake booster out of the engine bay, just give me some more room in there. In here, we had to go up underneath the dash to pull the pedal apart, also pull the entire dash apart, as you can see, to be able to get that stick shift from the transmission up and in and then looking good. One thing a lot of people don't realize is that in imported vehicles, the speedometer is in kilometers per hour. Now, you're going to have to do that conversion on the fly when you're driving here in the States. Now, I'm not trying to say that I know how many kilometers per hour equals how many miles per hour. I just set little data points that I know. Like, I know about 120 kilometers per hour is about 80 miles an hour. Now, in Virginia, when I was living there, and anything over 80 miles an hour is considered reckless endangerment, I knew, hey, let's not go above 120 kilometers per hour. So what are the plans for this car? We already have the 2JZ dropped in the single turbo conversion. Next, we're going to have to do a couple different things that take a lot of customization because this hasn't really been done that often. We're going to have to send off the wiring harness to go get custom made to support the VVTi engine. Next, we're going to have to do the intercooler with custom piping, as well as a radiator, which I have one in mind that's going to be quite interesting, which you guys will see later on. we're going to have to do the custom piping, as well as work on the custom drive shaft, custom down pipe, and the custom dump tube, because on the side of the turbo, my steering shaft is there because I'm right-hand drive. Other than that, I already have a couple different things: brake lines, power steering lines, clutch lines, and other things that I've gotten from Chase Bays, which have been a huge help in this entire build process. I've cut more odds and ends, including a fuse box removal and relocation, and a couple other customized things that we're going to be doing for this car. This car is going to be able to get put back together and get back on the road after it's tuned. If you guys have been following us on Instagram or on Facebook, you'll notice that this car has been sitting just like this for a good couple weeks now. That's because an event's coming up where I'm racing Jasmine, and she's getting a lot of love right now. As soon as that race is done, focus is going to be back on the S15. We're going to get her knocked out, and I'm hoping to have her back on the road and driving well around December, hopefully before the new year. Other future further plans: once the engine is all put together, running right and back on the road, we're going to focus on the exterior and then the interior. And once I'm satisfied with the entire car, that's when we're probably going to pull the engine all the way apart, do an internal build, and then go for some serious high horsepower. I just want to shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for all the support you guys are giving us. I know a lot of you guys are interested in our builds, and we love that. Let us know what you want to see on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram, and we're going to do whatever we can to get it to you guys. We'd be really interested to see any of you guys that have any crazy builds like these going on. On our next video, or maybe in a video or two, you are going to see our next project that we are slowly working on, which is our 1995 GSX. It looks horrible right now, but I promise you, final product, it's going to be a real pretty car. So with that, I'm going to get to work on her. I do have a couple of things to do right now. So maybe you'll see it in a couple videos, but I can't wait to see you guys. No! Oh yeah, no clutch.